First at 4, a surprise move for the Brewers skipper Craig Counsell.
There was speculation where Counsell's, when his contract ended this season, that he might land in New York, but that was not the case. Sports reporter Andrew Benser is here with what happened.
That's the real question. What happened today? Well, this morning, Craig Counsell reportedly signed a deal to become the next manager of the Chicago Cubs. Counsell is the Brewers' winningest manager in franchise history, and the writing was on the wall that he might leave, but nobody expected him to go to the Brewers' arch rival. The Mets and the Guardians, both of whom had meetings with Counsell, were considered favorites to hire the Whitefish Bay alum, but in a shocking move, Counsell signed with Chicago, inking a 5-year, $40 million deal to become the highest paid manager in all of baseball.
So why would he do this?
That's the real question, and the answer is all money. I think that for a guy like Counsell, he's sitting in a situation right now where MLB managers get paid at a much lower clip than their counterparts in the NBA, NFL, and even in collegiate baseball, there's managers that are getting paid more than guys in Major League Baseball. So I think it starts with him. He wanted to reset the market for managers. The Brewers offered him what would have made him the highest paid manager in baseball right now, but the Cubs topped that by a couple million. He'll make $8 million a year.
So that's sort of to be expected in baseball, these things, but to go to the Cubs is really a dagger for Brewers fans.
It is an absolute dagger, and that's really the one that hurts the most. I think that for a guy that grew up in the Milwaukee area, played for the Brewers for a ton of years, and has managed them the last 9 years, going to the arch rival is tough. I think that if you're trying to make sense of it, they're a team in the Cubs that have shown they'll invest in their players a little bit more than the Brewers, and certainly invest in managers more as well.
There's no crying in baseball, but today I think there was.
I think you're exactly right. You know, even if you're continuing to, wish well for Craig Counsell, I don't think there's anybody that's not just flat out a little bit hurt. In some ways, Zach said it earlier, in some ways it almost feels a little bit like Brett Favre going to the Vikings.
I was just going to bring that up. Right.
But it hurts. It just stings a little bit. Yeah. And especially when it's one of your guys, I think that's kind of where all the angst is coming from today.
Going to be an interesting season when those teams meet.
Yeah.
Andrew, thank you.
Thank you, Andrew.